Hey y'all, this video is a follow-up to my previous video for on creating Apple Wallet passes on Swift UI. But in here, I'm just making a quick video to tell you how would it work if you're using a React Native app instead of a Swift UI app. This is the same flow from before. You know, the app will be submitting the data request to your backend, and then the backend is going to generate the pass using the data received from the app and then store it on the storage database. In this case, we're using Firebase Cloud Store. Then the backend will notify the app that the generating the pass is complete. Now you can go ahead and download it. This is step 4. Step 4, the app is going to call the storage SDK and then download the pass and display it to the user. The difference here is that the app is going to be a React Native app. The app that we have here on the right. Here, as you can see, we've built a React Native app that just collects the information that's going to be in the pass. So this video is a follow-up for React Native. I'm just going to address the parts that are different for React Native. If you want to learn how to build a backend for generating the pass, which is this one, step number 2 and 3, go ahead and watch my previous video on Apple Wallet Pass end-to-end implementation. The first 28 minutes of that video right here will tell you how to create the certificates necessary for your endpoint to be able to generate Apple Wallet passes, and it will walk you through how you can create that Node.js endpoint that build the passes. Now this is the same Node.js endpoint that I'm going to use for this React Native app. So go ahead and take a look at the first 28 minutes of that video, then come back to this video if you haven't built your backend yet. Now in React Native, it's simple. Here I just have basic input fields that collect the pass data and then puts it in state variables that looks like this. Then I'm gonna send these in an API request that goes to my backend, but I gotta first add the button. So to add the button, you need to use this library, React Native Wallet Pass, install it, and follow these instructions here for CocoaPods. This will give you a method, a component, I should say, that allows you to add the button right here on the bottom. This one, add pass button. So first let's include the library here. Now you can just copy this piece of code right here, and here create a new method called add to wallet button. We're just gonna return that component. This will just return a view that contain the button like this. We remove this for now to see how it will appear. Then I'm gonna add this in my render method here like this, and save and reload. So I'm getting the button, but it's barely visible. This is because I need to set the height for it. So height equal to 40. Now we can see it, but I also want to add a margin to it so that it can stay away from the color selector right above it. That's much better. Now this doesn't do anything except just print some text on the console. I wanted to go ahead and call the API that generates the pass when I click on this. So I need to create another method. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit more for you. Create pass request, and we will need to install Axios in order to be able to make API calls. Axios. You'll make this async, and here you'll do await Axios dot, let's say, post. In my case, this is my create pass endpoint that I did in the previous Apple Wallet video. My payload will look like this. This is just all the fields that I got from my state variables. Serial number, I generate random string for the serial number using this method. Text color for the pass, the background color for the pass, and these are the fields. I'm gonna fill each one of them to show you what they do. QR text, the URL that the QR will be linking to. Thumbnail will be the picture that's gonna be on the pass. And after you send this call, process the response, handle your error, throw an alert in case I have an error. Now I'm gonna receive a response. The response will just say success if the pass was successfully generated. But then I need to do step number 4 over here. I need to call my storage SDK to download the pass directly. Before I do that, I'll check if passes can be added, and if so, then I'll handle the result appropriately like this. If it's true, if the result is true, then I'll do my thing. If not, then I'll throw an error. If yes, this is how I'm gonna download my my pass from my Cloud SDK storage. I'm using Firebase. Then I'll handle the URL that I get. I'm getting the file that is stored in my storage bucket. I'm gonna download the URL for it. Then I start downloading it using download. Again, to download, I'm gonna again use Axios get request to download the pass, but I'm gonna download it as an array buffer. And then I'm gonna have to convert that buffer to base64 encoded string, which is required by the pass library, React Native pass library. And for that, I need to make sure that I have buffer library installed in my React Native project. Then you can just do like this. Buffer from the data that we got from the API call, from the downloading of the link. I'm gonna convert that to base64 string. Then I'm gonna pass that base64 string in the add pass function, which will allow me to display the pass to the user. Okay, that's that. Let's try it. Go back to your add to wallet button method here. Instead of saying console, just do the following. Create pass request. Save. Now, let's try this. Clicking. I didn't send anything in my fields. Okay, so let's say, so it gave me an empty pass. So let's add some data. So for example, name again, name, Nawaf, age 26, food, ramen. Not remember ramen. I'll make my background color blue, light blue, and my text white. Now I send the request. There you go. This is my pass. This is my logo description. This is set. Where is it set? Oh, this is set by the endpoint. I haven't added something to set it here, but you can do that. This is the endpoint code for generating the pass, and I hard-coded the description and the logo text fields in the endpoint. Ideally, you want to make those come from the API request. So this is a mistake on my part, but now you know how to fix it if you wanna just from here. Okay, cool. So that's how to generate the pass. And if you click add, it will just add to your wallet. If you check your wallet, it's gonna be here. Now, if you scan this, it's gonna be the URL that we set in the example. So I'm scanning this. It's just the Apple developer website. That's for my destination. There we go. You can see it through my cracked phone. One last modification we need to make on this is that when I click on the button, it doesn't do anything. It's better for your user if you have a loading indicator while this thing is loading. Here, instead of just displaying the button, you'll do this. This state is loading. If it's true, you'd show activity indicator, which is a React Native method out of the box. If not, question mark, this state, no, exclamation mark, is loading. So if it's not loading, just show the button like this. Cool, cool. Now we just need to set the loading indicator when you click on the create pass request button. So here, just do this. This state is loading, true, and make sure to set it false for when you're done. There's definitely a smarter way of doing this, but I'm gonna hurry, so so sorry about that. Okay, so that should do it. Now let's try again. Name, Nawaf. No, red, no. Purple background, white text, sent. There you go. Now it's much better. Then you get your pass like this. And that's how to generate a pass on React Native. Again, this is just a follow-up video for the previous SwiftUI video. The front end part is easy. It won't take you much time. It's the backend. Creating the Node.js backend that generates the pass is the hard part. So make sure you go back to my previous video and watch the first 28 minutes of that in order to learn how to completely build the pass generating endpoint. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you want the source code for this simple app, you can build this yourself. But if you want the source code for it and the endpoint, subscribe to my Patreon, which is in the description box below. Like the video if you liked it, and see you next time. Bye bye.